Hi and welcome to Father's Legal Guidance. So we have made a presentation for fathers who need to know more about their rights in terms of access and contact with their children. So the subjects that we're going to cover are based on questions and conversations that we've had with our clients when they first approach us. So we're going to split this into a few easily digestible videos aimed at educating you towards your goal of contact with your child. So who is this for? Firstly, is for fathers who have had their children taken away or are at the risk of this happening. So this is quite a common recurrence, and a majority of our work is actually with fathers in this exact situations, and these are people who simply don't know where to turn. Fathers worried about losing contact with their child. So you may have something happen for you to make you feel this way, but don't worry, we're here to help and we can help, and hopefully you will become part of many fathers who now see their children on a regular basis. Fathers facing separation or already in a dispute. So you may have already moved out of your home, or your ex-partner has moved out and the disputes have started. So the chances are that there is a lot of disagreement at the moment and you just can't come to a mutual solution. Fathers who may need to go to court. Big one. This is where we can really help you understand what you need to do, how to approach your strategy, and really understand where the other side have tried to trick you into a worried state. And rest assured that there always is a solution. Fathers who want to understand their rights and options. So we have a wealth of experience in this area. So just follow the presentation, take note of what we're discussing, and obviously contact us for any further help that you may require. So what are you going to learn? So firstly, your legal rights as a father in the UK. So you need to remember that you are also a parent, and you are a parent that the child has had since the day they were born. You're not going anywhere, and we aim to keep that going. So how the family law system works. This is a broken system. And historically, it gave advantages to the mother. But there are ways to counteract that as long as it is safe to do so. So we will help you do that. What happens if your child is taken away? So this is just a horrible experience for the father, and a lot of self-doubt kicks in. If that's the case, do get in touch and we will set the record straight on this. But this is just an experience that crumbles fathers, and they really do feel like there's nowhere to turn. But rest assured there is, and we're here to help. What to expect if you go to court. Now, we will take you and guide you through the process. We will tell you exactly what you need to prepare and how, and what you need to understand is what you do and what you say in court has a huge effect on your outcome. Now, we dealt with many fathers in this situation, and we certainly have an arsenal of things that you can use in order to see your child once again. Now, how to protect your relationship with your child. The key word here is relationship. And we have so many cases where the act of protecting the relationship with a child is so straightforward, but if you don't know, you are simply stuck. Okay, and where to get support and guidance. And as I said, we will guide you all the way, no matter what your situation is. And we will save you thousands of pounds that you would spend if you contact a solicitor immediately. Okay, so once you need one, we will supply a solicitor for you, and that solicitor will specialize in your personal situations. So we have a fantastic trusted network of solicitors who work with us, who can work with you, and who are definitely there to fight your corner. So the law has changed. The law recognises that children benefit from having both parents in their lives when it is safe and appropriate to do so. Now, the focus here is on the word safe, right? The reason why is because what mothers' solicitors tend to do is advise their client on ways to make it seem unsafe. So this is where fathers crumble. Some get arrested, some are the child is manipulated towards them, and it just seems like you're fighting a battle that's been pulled out of thin air. So just remember that solicitors will do whatever whatever the client says, because they get paid to do that, right? So you really have to be careful of how this is approached, right? There is no automatic preference for mothers. It used to be different. The advantages were always aimed towards the mother, and that's how it used to be. But many mother solicitors now still work under that pretense, and some of them do a very good job. And in fact, many mothers still think that this is the truth. So think about it. In some cases, it is very difficult for mum to simply give up the time that they have with their child. But the reality is that you are both, the mother and the father, are giving up the time with your child. Okay, so when you were living together and everything was great, the child spent 100% of the time with both of you. And if you've decided to grow apart or separate and go your separate ways, that child now has to spend, let's say, half the time with the mum and half the time with the dad. So it is our job to make sure that if that's how things are going to progress, that it is safe to do so, and that no automatic preference is given to the mother. And following on from that, the focus is on the child's welfare, not the parent or their gender, right? So if you provide basic needs like food, medicine, education, shelter, whatever it may be, you really have nothing to worry about, because the courts are going to want to know that whatever decision they make, it's related to the benefit for the child, okay? They have to make sure that their child is safe, that they have to make sure the child is provided for. Therefore, as far as they're concerned, the child is in safe hands. Now, following on from that, I cannot stress enough how important this slide is. Okay, so if you are in line with the child's welfare and you live your life that way, you really, as I said earlier, have nothing to worry about. So the court's main concern is the best interest of your child. Okay, now the best interest, for example, may be stability and routine. It's quite a common subject area that mother solicitors tend to attack. So what they will say is, well, the mother takes the child to school, the mother feeds the child, the mother does everything for the child, the father gets involved now and then, therefore the best option is for the child. Absolute nonsense, okay? If you are involved in your child's life, and you were involved in your child's life when you were living together, there is absolutely no reason why that can't continue, okay? A court or a social worker or CAFCAS are never going to look at you and just go, okay, well, the mum said this, therefore it's true. No, it's just your word, it's just her word against yours. But if it's been demonstrated that your child is in good hands when they are with you, then there is no reason why that contact should stop. So the Children's Act of 1989 says that the welfare of the child is the court's paramount consideration, and rightly so, right? So in basic terms, the courts are not there to judge you or the mum, okay? They don't really care about that, okay? They are there to judge where is the best place for the child. Is it with the dad? Is it with the mum? Or is it equally? Or is it, less with one, more with the other? And in majority of our cases, the mum tries to take full custody, And we're here to help with that, because that's not the best outcome for the child, right? There is no way that, or no reason why the child should suffer of not having both parents in their life just because the mum said so, right? So this paramount consideration for the welfare is just so crucial, and it really should be at the forefront of your case, whether you're going to court or not, right? So everything the court decides is based on what is best for your child, not what is best for you or the mum. So, for example, fathers get tarnished with all kinds of personality traits that the mum doesn't like, okay? And the reasons why you split up, you know, he was not a good husband, he never used to do this, that, etc., right? So then they use that as a reason to go for full custody, or they are happy for the child to be with you every second weekend. Okay, there is actually a reason why they do this. It's quite a strategic move, but we're not going to go into that or discuss it here. The court, however, will establish whether it's appropriate for the child to have a meaningful relationship with both parents. Okay, so if the child is loved, the child is secure, it's supported in their emotional welfare, emotional well-being, and that emotional well-being is not compromised, whether the child is with mum or dad, well, there is no reason for, let's say you're in court, but there's no reason for a judge or a social worker to then give the advantages to the mum. If a judge does this, it will be a very, very risky move, because they will get destroyed in the appeal, right? So realistically, as long as it's safe for the child, again, to be with both parents, then that's all the court cares about. They are not there to discuss the relationship that you had as a couple. It is not even a concern, okay? It's, you know, the act of splitting up was a personal issue between you and the mum, okay? Now, the child has been born into this world with both parents, right? So whether you disagree with it or not, it's actually the child that loses out, whatever the outcome of this. But the aim here is just to make sure that whatever outcome is concluded, that it's done calmly, it's done within the child's best interests, and it really, we create a place for a child where it can flourish, where they can flourish to the best possible ability with both parents in their lives, okay? And that's the thing that needs to continue. So we're going to stop it here. We're going to continue in the next video, but if you do have any concerns about anything that we discussed so far in terms of your case, then give us a call. The number is on the website, or just have a look on our website and do get in touch on there via our contacts page. But for now, we will see you in the next video.